What's going on, guys? You probably clicked on this video because you want to grow your chest, right? You're trying every single exercise known to mankind and your chest is not being responsive, right? You're getting a little tired, not seeing any real results. Month after month, you're seeing the same results, the same physique, and you're sick and tired of it. Kind of want to pull your hair out at this point. Look no further, guys. I'm here to give you guys the best tips, to give you guys the best looking chest, especially for the summertime, because I know you guys are gonna want to get out there and show off a chiseled chest and say goodbye to that bird chest. Number one, I'm gonna start off with your mass builder, the barbell bench press, right? That's gonna be your money maker. That's what you want to be starting off. While you have most of the energy in the front part of your workout, you can just use that energy towards the barbell bench press. That's gonna give you that mass. And you guys need to learn how to do it right. So that's number one. Then the other tip that I would give you guys is, start moving over to an incline bench. The nice thing about doing incline movements when targeting the chest is you're going to target that upper chest region, which is a very difficult part, or muscle group to target. Even if you know what you're doing, it's going to be really difficult to target it. And the thing is that once it starts coming in and you start filling in that clavicular, muscle around that area, it's going to start looking really nice. But you need to know what you're doing. And once you start, building that upper chest, that middle chest, and even that lower chest, you're going to start bringing in that whole package. So I want to share with you guys that. And then the number one thing that I've noticed the most results with has been pretty much just, minimizing the weight, really focusing on the form, really focusing on that time under tension. That time under tension is king, is going to give you the most impressive results, because I see a lot of you guys that are using momentum in the gym. You can't really control the weight. The weight controls you, and you're using every single ounce in you, with bad form. You're throwing it out the window, and you're using momentum to get that weight up. So you guys need to dial it back. You need to drop that ego, and then you're gonna start reaping the results, right, of using strict form to actually target, that chest muscle that you want to actually target. And then also, that time under tension, right? The longer you spend under that, time under tension, the more results, the more you're going to, maximize that chest muscle. And before you know it, you're going to have this new layer of muscle that was never there before. And once you start, dialing back on that fat, it's going to start looking good. But you guys need to dial it back and actually control the weight. So that you guys also can be doing dumbbells. I like to incorporate pretty much, barbells, dumbbells, machines, cables. You guys need to, kind of play around, with the different variations and what works best for you, what your body is most responsive to. But for the most part, with dumbbells, I really like to do dumbbell flies. With the dumbbell flies, you really get that nice stretch. And again, if you don't know how to control the weight, you can injure yourself. And that's just going to impede any further progress, which we don't want to do that. So dial it back, guys. You don't have to go too heavy. And just really get that, get that stretch. You can feel it. You just feel that muscle stretching, and then just contract, right? Hold it. Spend that time under tension, and there is no rush to finish your set, right? You need to just slow it down, guys. Dial it back and finish through strong, right? And that's where you're gonna be yielding the most results. I like to do the whole mind muscle connection. I like to feel that muscle prepare before even using any weight, right? That way I can just kind of know, the path that I'm gonna be, targeting whatever area of the chest that I want to target, and just really start getting it, right? Getting that mind muscle connection, building that, that pretty much that connection, right? That bridge between the mind and the muscle. So that's a really helpful tip for you guys to follow. And then at the end, pretty much of any chest day, this is how I like to finish off. I like to finish off with cables, right? I like to start off high, and then middle, and then pretty much the lower cables. So I'm targeting all different angles of that chest, right? You got all these chest, fibers going in different directions, and you need to know how to actually target them. And I'll show you guys, with a little key pointer. This is gonna put you guys on so much game. With the cable, you can do it single-handedly. This is and just across, right? Just completely horizontal from your body, right? You're doing this right here, right? And get that full stretch, and you're gonna feel it, man. That's how you're gonna get, that nice little ridge right here. The little Grand Canyon running through the middle of your chest, right? But at least you're gonna have that separation and it's gonna look good. And before you know, you're gonna have those striations too, you know? So it's gonna be a really good look. So you can do it single-handedly. There's no reason, you know, to rush through this movement. You know, you even start feeling, right, that middle part of your chest, right, while you're feeling that contraction. And, you know, you don't have to go too heavy. You can just, you know, just cruise control, baby, cruise control. You're right here. And before you know it, you know, you're gonna start. The way I like to, you know, look at cables is like you're using like a really fine brush to get some detail in there, or like a really fine, you know, a really fine tool where you can just get precision and the detail in there. That's pretty much what the cables are for, at least for me, and has given me, you know, just the most results. So I kind of want to share with you guys these tips. So you guys got any kind of value, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below, guys, what you guys like to incorporate in the gym for your chest day. And I'm curious to know what you guys are doing. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next vid.